So good morning once again to all our global Enagic distributors all over the world. Good morning. And of course, welcome Bernard to this amazing interview with the stars. So as usual, I'd like to make a quick introduction. My name is Gary Gangen. I've been doing this Enagic business. This April will be my 9th year. Okay, so I started in April 2011. And Enagic has been a big change in my life. It has, I've seen tremendous changes both in my health, in my wealth, obviously, in my family life. It's not just about one lopsided thing like, you know, I made tons of money and then I lose everything else. But it just has given me a complete, how should I say it, a complete, like what Mr. Oshiro calls the true health, you know, a complete balance in every aspect of my life. And I'm very sure to a lot of people who are on this call today, some of y'all also have experienced this amazing journey. Some of y'all are new, I know. So that's the whole idea of me creating this, this interview once a month, just to hear from some key people who have experienced it and who has made a dent in the world of Enagic. All right. So before this, we actually did a lot of web training, you know, closed web training probably only for my team, the Kangen Power team. But I realized that, you know what, just a few days ago, I was with Sam in Manila in the Philippines. We talked about air and money, you know, everything is quite the same, you know. Yeah, and money, it flows, you know, it's liquid, it's in abundance. So what's the big deal in sharing it with everybody when the supply is unlimited, you know? And from that moment on, I realized that there is no limitation. The only limitation only exists right up here in your head, in your mind, okay, in your own physical being. But in nature, if you look at it, there's no such thing as a limitation. So that's the reason why, and you know what, guys, I did a compilation. I just want to share with you all this, just in case for those of y'all who are new that you came on this call. This is not a first day call, and I'm so happy to say, if you look at all these icons right here, those are the interviewers that I did, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 15 interviews. That means I've been doing this interview for the last 15 months. We have people like Siha Top, Alok from Hong Kong. We have Tamia, we have Sebastian Popa, we have Bob Bridelli, we have Joko from Indonesia, we have Cynthia Briganti, we have Michelle Riley, we have Wadia Dafesh, we have Romy Vadera, we have Daniel Dimacali, JV Pacifico, Dante and Glenda Kalinason, we have Sam, and of course, today we have our super duper awesome Mr. Bernard Chan, all the way from my neighboring country, Singapore. Okay, so before I were to get you, and actually today I'm not supposed to speak that much because today the highlight is on our special star today, Bernard. But I'd like to give you a very quick introduction about Bernard. I first met Bernard when I started this business, coming to 9 years now. And I can still vividly remember that experience because I think, what was the name of that cafe, if you still remember, Bernard? The one that
Wendy's Cafe, I don't know the name.
You forgot, right? So I still remember Bernard did a very small, I think it was a wellness or a business presentation. I forgot. It was in a cafe. And at that point of time, the cafe was so dark, you know. You can only see the projector. And right behind that projector, guess who I saw? There's this guy called Bernard Chan. And at that point of time, he really looked like that Hong Kong actor called Tony Leung. And I keep saying that he looked like that Tony Leung actor, you know. So I said, wow, not bad. Oh, business actually got a Hong Kong superstar running it, you know, Tony Leung. But that's how our association started, and we got quite good relationship, you know. And
Yes.
through the years, it's been 9 memorable, solid, amazing. We've been through so many things, both of us, you know, and I call him my
Yes.
brother, you know, extended family from Singapore. Very soon we'll be having a good time in our home, in my holiday home in Cameron Highlands, you know. So, the little that I've seen, of course, I'm not with Bernard all the time, but the little that I see in Bernard is truly amazing. A guy with a super amazing big heart. And one thing that I liked about Bernard that I'm also now trying to duplicate is he talks to literally every single person in the world. I think if the birds and the dogs can talk, he will talk to them also. So it's truly amazing. And I guess one of that reason was the catalyst, maybe he can share later, was how he managed to even get Sam Sia, one of the #1 distributor, the leader in Enagic today. And I heard that the story, they met each other in a lift, and today everything is history. I'll probably let him share with you the experience. But that's one trait of Bernard that I truly admire. He's a people person, always so friendly, always so helpful, willing to share so many things with so many people. And that's my brother, Bernard Chen. So guys, I know you can't say anything. I'll leave the voice message right till the end. But at this point of time, I'd like to welcome one of Asia's top leader, Mr. Bernard Chen. Yay! All right, Bernard, welcome. And Bernard, thank you. I know you are quite a busy person. I know that you have 6 kids. You know, I've already gave up trying to challenge you. 6, right? 6 kids, right? I've already given up trying to cope up with your number of children. So I don't want to challenge you in that area. So I know you have a very hectic schedule on top of managing your global business and so many things that you are doing. I'm truly, from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of Kangen Power Team, I'd like to thank you so much for spending this 1.5 to 2 hours to share with us some of the thoughts that you have, some of the strategies, and some of your success story experience that could somehow, you know, touch somebody somewhere in this world, in this webinar today. So thank you so much, Bernard. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, Gary. Thank you.
Yeah. So Bernard, we have been together for coming to 9 years. So in a way, I know you pretty well, but there are a lot of people on this call today. There are a lot of, some are senior leaders, some are brand new. I know one guy from South Africa, his name is Mark Domency. Mark, I'm sure you are there, and we have even people from Australia, young guys, millennials from Philippines. Maybe share with us, Bernard, how long have you been doing the Enagic business, and tell us a little bit about your early days, because you know we all started in times where our country doesn't have office, you know, there was no support, and some people say, wow, how I wish I have an office, you know, things are easier. But I mean, you and I know we started in like the Stone Age days. So tell us a little bit about your early days, your early journey, and how you actually just, you know, like spiked up the whole thing in quite a short period of time. Over to you.
First of all, Gary, you know, 9 years ago, I want to thank you for the trust that you had in me. Today, of course, you know me, my heart, and the way I operate the business.
Right.
And but before then, you know, thank you for the trust since those days. I appreciate that. Now, how did it start? It started when 5 days from now will be 9 years. 16th of February. February 16th is exactly 9 years.
Okay.
The basis is of this business is a phenomenally good product or product range, the water. Those days was SD501, where most people saw that the machines having to come from, and the commissions having to be processed also in another country. For our case, for Singapore and Malaysia, it had to be in Hong Kong. That was actually a very exciting, I saw that as very exciting because that means the potential is bigger. for me. There was no one doing in Singapore and Malaysia. Now, like everybody else, most people, I had to grow in my belief in the product. So to grow in my belief, I needed people to try the machine. It seemed that mine was the only one in Singapore. When people believe when I believe in a machine, like any good food, we tend to recommend people.
Okay.
So when I recommend people, they have the same effect, similar wonderful effect. My belief grew. So when I saw that it was replicated not just in myself, my family, the wonderful product, but in people, I started believing that it could be a financial potential. And when I saw that it could be a good financial potential, obviously, my mindset, it took on as a business. Yeah, so that's how it started 9 years ago. No office, placed order from Hong Kong, had to do telegraphic transfer with high bank charges and so on. And that was exciting. It was a lot more troublesome, but it's a lot more exciting. Yep.
But initially, you did not come in for the business, right? You were. I remember
No.
you saying that you were sitting on the thing for don't know how long.
Okay. Initially, I came in because of the product. What I saw of the product, if it's 50% as good as what I see, only 50%, then the product is already worth the money. If it's 20% as good, it's already worth the money. So I took a punt on the product because there wasn't a meeting I could attend to hear other testimonials. I took a punt. I mean, after all, it's only that 29,800 Hong Kong dollars plus shipping, maybe 30,000 Hong Kong dollars. That was about 5,000 Singapore dollars, 4,000 US dollars. It's not. Yeah, I took a punt on it. Yeah.
So when you first heard that price, it didn't come across to you as an expensive product. No.
No, if it's
ever occurred to you like I don't know about you, but in my case, maybe I wasn't knowledgeable in water ionizer. Was like, what? 12,000 or 13,000 for water machine? I mean, I had that kind of impression at first, but what about you?
I was
Generally.
looking for, I was always looking for ways to stay healthy. Just on statistics, the odds are already against us if we do that nothing different. So I was looking for something that worked. And I was hoping that if it works 50%, then the punt would be worth it.
Awesome. And how long did it took you to go from 0A to a 6A, Bernard?
So before then, the next transition was, I wasn't interested in the industry because it's multi-level. I've been burned many times, although I was still getting income from another company. I had not been doing, but I was getting maybe $1,000, $2,000 still. And now, my upline, who's from another country, my introducer, sent me 44 emails. I read none of them because I wasn't interested, except the 2 that was pertaining to placing the order. So I wasn't interested in the business because I've been burnt before. But when I started feeling the effects of the product, that's where long and short, it took me and
Sorry, can I stop you there a while?
Please
What
do.
was the first effect that you felt from the product? What was
energy?
The first... Come again?
Energy, very noticeable energy. I call it feeling 10 years younger within a few weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. I didn't look 10 years younger, maybe half year younger, but I felt 10 years younger.
Okay. So you actually felt a lot more energy in your body, right?
Yes. So because of that, the belief of the product, that's when I started thinking, maybe this product can be a sideline. So for the but the good book says a good name is desired more than silver or gold. So if I were to look at it as a part-time business, I needed to be confident of the product. After all, there's no office in Singapore. So for the next 4 months after that, I tested the product extensively. My wife saw many strangers in my home. Yeah, for 4 months.
In 4 months. So, okay, just to dwell into this experience a bit, because as I said, there are quite a number of new people on board today. For you, in the first week to see that big changes, like more energy, did you need to do
2 weeks? 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Okay. Okay, in 2 weeks, do you need to do major changes, major shift in your lifestyle? Like you stop eating a certain thing, stop drinking certain things, or you really like drink 6 liters a day of Kangen water? Okay, what you did in that 2 weeks that literally got you to like, wow, I see something, and my belief is right up there, you know. What did you do?
Typical of someone who wasn't interested in the business. So I didn't listen to the daily maintenance of beauty water and how much to drink. I just changed the water that I drink. That's all. I didn't drink more. And 2 weeks I started feeling a slight difference. That's when I started exploring, and I didn't do any e-cleaning for three months. Something like that. 4 months until I started the business. Yeah.
Okay. So
So no changes.
Okay. So what actually transit you from just only a user person into wanting to look at the business and really take the courage to, I want to do it and do it, you know?
2 things. Number one, first testimonial, myself. Number two, because of that first point, it led to the second point to try out with people. I needed to try out with a lot of people because, as I said, a good name is important. I've made the mistake of my name being dragged down because the principal failed me. You know, the ship sank.
Right.
Yeah, and not of my own doing. Yeah, so I'm just very careful. Even when I believed in the machine, I was very careful, very wary whether the company will fail me. I believe in the machine, but not in the company then.
Right. So, Bernard, tell us, in the early days where nobody also, I mean, not like today, at least people had some validation on Kangen. But in the early days, even the word Kangen, nobody has ever heard of it. What did you do in probably your first month or so that you have decided you want to build the business? What did you do to get people to see what you see? To have that same belief like you. What did you do?
I invited my sponsor to come to Singapore because I didn't know how to do the demonstration. Okay. But this is after 4 months of testing the product extensively. And he came to Singapore for, I think, 2 weeks, maximum 3 weeks. So the exposure through the demo my 4 months of inviting my belief of the product to invite people for events. I did many one-on-ones as well.
Right.
Yeah.
But you were not so efficient in the one-on-one yet, right? Because you said you don't know how to do the demo. So
yes, but after 1 week, I started on when he wasn't. It came to a point where my upline met with 2 or 3 people while I met with another 2 or 3 people concurrently. I created so many appointments that, of course, he didn't mind because I was busy meeting some other people while he met some of my prospects for me.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. He was very kind to agree to that because he saw that I was stretched. It was a good problem.
Right.
Yeah. So beginning there weren't many group meetings. There were many one or two meetings in cafes and so on. I will go early to look for the corner of the cafe so we have a bit more privacy, you know.
I see.
Yes.
Okay. That explains why my first meeting with you was in that cafe, dark cafe.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So Bernard, how long did it took you to go 6A actually? And how did you did it? I mean, I've heard some amazing stories about your achievements.
I know enough about any business, more so in network marketing business, that we we need a very strong concerted effort because momentum is the currency of this business.
Right.
Yeah, it's not sales, it's momentum.
1 minute,
Yeah,
1 minute. Guys, if you have not done what I'm doing, please, this is going to make you millions of dollars. Have this on your side, paper or notepad or whatever you call it, or you want to punch it into your iPad. Write it down, okay? Because what you are going to receive from Bernard today is going to make you millions and millions, okay? And I want to say that that particular word that he mentioned there is truly amazing. Bernard, can you say it one more time? The currency thing.
In this business, momentum is the currency of this business.
Momentum is the currency of this business. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, you just imagine Team A, okay. For the last 6 months on average, the team does 50 units a month.
Right.
Compared to Team B, 6 months ago, 10 units. And every month is an increase of 5 or 10 units. By the time 6 months later, it's only 40 units a month. But 6 months ago, it's 10 units a month. Which team is more exciting? I say Team B.
Yes.
Yeah, growth, momentum it's momentum. So knowing that I had zero momentum because I was starting, right. to move a stationary car without the handbrakes on, right. It is more difficult. But when it starts moving, it's easier. So to the initial effort to get it going, one needed a certain degree of concerted effort without expecting any results. In fact, my first week, total presentations covered was 20 in my first week. I still had a job, yeah. 20, yeah. I only slept 4 hours a week for the first 6 weeks. I was really tired. Yeah.
When you say 20, is it mainly the one-to-ones, or are they also including the group presentation kind of thing?
One-on-ones.
Okay, 20 one-on-ones.
Beginning all one-on-ones. Full demo because I didn't know how to do otherwise. So I would have everything prepared. My upline will be doing full demo, one-on-one, maximum 1 on 2, maybe sometimes 1 to 3.
Right.
Okay. So Gary, I don't see you on the screen now. Did you?
Oh, you don't see me on the screen, huh?
I just saw you also.
Do you see me now?
No.
No, huh? Never mind. It's okay. Most important is we see you, bro.
Okay. So first week, about 20, 19, maybe 21 presentations, I was really tired. And after 1 week, no sales, zero.
Right.
Yeah. Zero. I was very, very discouraged. Excited still, but discouraged because 4 hours a day I slept because I had a full-time job, you know.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I know Kangen Water helps with energy, but there's a limit to that, you know. So they're a bit discouraging. So I decided to get my first sale by begging my mother to buy.
That was the classic story.
Yes.
Beg your mother to buy.
Yes, because I was very discouraged. So I needed to break my egg. So I begged my mother to buy.
Did it actually really cause an impact to your business by your mom buying it?
No, because the first 20 presentations the first week, the following week there were response after that.
Awesome.
I think 4 sales came in from the 20 demos.
Okay. What do you think that 4 sales came in? What was the reason that 4 sales came in? Do you know? What were they coming in because they saw a product, they tried the water, or they love the business, or what do you think?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
What?
4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 of the 4 were interested in the business based on a very good product.
They were interested in the business and
based on a very good product.
Great product, right?
Yes. Underpinning the business, the foundation is a good product. It's an amazing product.
Is one of the 4 person Judy?
Yes.
Okay, one of the 4 was Judy lah. And I think she through her team also gave you quite a big volume, right? Through the years.
Yes. She is a very large. She's a large team in my team. Sam is a bigger team, but Judy's team is quite large.
Right.
Mm.
How long did it take you to go 6A, Bernard? And I heard there was a crazy reason why you had to go 6A. You always shared this.
Okay. Those days for the uninformed, we had something called the fast track program. If you do 3 direct sales within 60 days, you get to go to 3A instead of 2A.
Yes.
Sounds
correct.
good, right? However, if this line has another fast track, this line has another fast track.
Within 3 levels, you are gone.
Yeah,
4 levels, you are gone.
Within a few weeks,
Yes.
They are outside of your 8 point. But
exactly.
Okay, so because of this, I started the business on the 16th of February, or for those in the US and Philippines is February 16th, and I went 6A on April 29th. That is the last work day in Hong Kong. So that's 73 days. I wanted to do it by end of May, but your line, Gary, so I recruited your upline, then your upline recruited you, then you started having fast track 3, then your downline started having fast track, then there were some units outside of my 8 point. I had not gone 6A, so I was not able to enjoy what is this thing called, the education bonus. So I got really desperate that I was losing money. So I realized, I needed to go 6A in April instead of May. I mean, if I went by end of May, that will be 100 days without local office support. I would say that's pretty good as well. But because of you and your team, I decided I needed not to lose money. So I decided to go, I didn't want to lose the education bonus. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, and it was very good decision, because the education bonus was in May was 80,000 Hong Kong dollars. That was about 10,000 US dollars.
Right.
Yeah, education bonus alone. Yeah.
In fact,
so it was really nice.
Bernard, since you mentioned this, I had also the same feeling just like you, because I also started to see my group going all over. It was like, I mean, if you really think about it, it's just like what's happening now with the coronavirus. You know, this Kangen virus, once these excited people just come in, and of course, with that kind of special promo, get 2 direct sale, your third one becomes a 3A. Whoa, I tell you, I still remember my first month itself with no knowledge of Kangen and water ionizer. My first month itself raked in about 35 machines. Can you imagine?
So, yes.
And I can say, even my first month, I still remember very clear, even my first month, I have about like 15 machines out of my 8 point, my first month. But you know what, Bernard? For the benefit of the viewers, the listeners today, Sam did a presentation, did a talk in Manila lately, just last week or last 2 weeks, and what he said makes makes good sense. He says that having a situation where you don't enjoy the sales because it's out of your 8 point is a better good than you don't have anybody moving. So what if you are enjoying all the 8 points, but you don't have organic growth below you? And guys, for especially the new people and probably some of the senior leaders, you probably had that old notion that, I don't, those people are out of my 8 point already, so why should I help them? You view it as a negative thing. It's a big mistake. It's a big mistake. Yeah.
Huge mistake. Mistake.
But then what would you like to say about this situation when you have a lot of out of 8 point sales due to your people, aggressively building way below you?
When you have out of 8 point sale, that means that team is the most anchored.
Wow.
And if you look at the compensation plan, which we will be talking, not in details, that's where the main money is. Yeah. So I'll talk about that later.
Okay.
So that outside of your pay plan is where it is anchored. That is the most precious.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
what do you think, based on your opinion, are the three biggest factors to your success in your Enagic business? If I were to ask you, I know there are a lot of things, but if I were to say three key ones, three major ones, what would you think will be your three biggest contributing factor to your success story in Enagic?
Okay, I was in a very bad space in between me buying the machine and me doing the business. Some personal things happened and I was actually quite desperate financially.
Right.
So for my case, being desperate helped a lot. Number two was a very massive, concentrated effort to get the momentum going, because I knew in any business, more so in this business, momentum is the currency of the business.
Right.
And lastly, setting audacious goals. That's important. Having goals, to actually write it down, not just having a hope. People don't understand the difference between having a hope and to visually seeing it on a goal. Yeah. So these were the three things.
Okay, I repeat. First one is being desperate, or what some of us call it being very hungry.
Yes.
The second one is, what was the second one again? Momentum, is it?
Yes,
Aoma?
momentum.
You consider it
Aoma.
Aoma?
Aoma, yes, definitely.
All out massive action. That's the short term for Aoma. And the third one is setting audacious goals and need to be written down and be seen so clearly and vividly every single day, right?
Yes, one must be consumed with the goal at least for a while.
Exactly.
And once these three confluence of these three effects come, we can create the most precious commodity, which is momentum.
Right, I see. So Bernard, you know, you and me, we were born into Enagic during the days of the early days where nobody talks about internet marketing, social media. Facebook wasn't even popular then. We were born into the Enagic world during the time where sharing water was the talk of the day. Everybody was like filling up gallons of water, delivery. Suddenly you find massive group of water deliveries all over the world. So
yes,
Bernard, a lot of people ask me this question. Does Bernard Chan share water? And is there a technique to do it? Because I'm not sure in other parts of the world, but you and I know, especially in Singapore, that you tell me the mindset of Singaporeans. There are, especially in Asia, there are a lot of people who have this mindset of taking advantage. You keep on delivering. The more you deliver, the better. So do you deliver water? And is there a technique of how you do it? And do you think that it's the method as like a success method in our business? What's your point on this water sharing thing?
Okay, before then, I pull back a bit. When after 4 months of testing the product, seeing it as a foundation of the business, my mindset to this is not salesmanship. You see, I'm not a salesman in Enagic. I'm a businessman in Enagic. What's the difference? A salesman is like a someone selling a property. If I sell a property, I make some commission, one time. Albeit a large amount, but one time. I'm not looking for one-time money. I'm looking as a businessman where I have a ongoing money. So I never saw selling a machine as the main product. I saw selling the career as the main product. Wow. Okay, so my methodology, everything comes from there. Everything. Meaning I almost never deliver water, because if I deliver water to you, Gary, and continue to deliver and continue to deliver and continue to deliver, you may see the power of the product, but my methodology, subconsciously you will think this business is not what I want, because I have to be delivering water because of what I've just shown you. you know, and it may actually discourage you to consider the business because of my actions. I do give water, but only when people come and collect, or if Gary, that day I'm due to talk to you about the compensation plan, and I'm since going to meet you in the cafe, I don't mind bringing one along. But if not, I will not purposely deliver just for you to drink. No, I'm not interested in having another customer.
Amazing. Bernard, you just shared something that's a big eye-opener. Guys, I'm not sure if you are catching this. Bernard says he's not a salesman of Enagic selling a water ionizer. He is a businessman creating a huge network of distribution all over the world. Water is just part of the business process. Are you saying that right?
The water is the water and the machine is the foundation of the key product.
Yes. And Bernard's point of view is he is selling a career. That means when he comes and meet up with you, he is selling a career. Oh, I saw Anna. Hi, Anna. Anna from Perth. So suddenly a picture just popped out. Bernard says he's selling a career. Guys, listen to this very clearly. It sometimes is a gray area. It's just a needle thin line, you know. But if your mindset is shift on a certain pattern of thinking, you will get a different results. And that's the reason why some of us, like Bernard and myself, and probably like Sam and some leaders that you see, we somehow are somehow able to keep attracting a lot of business builders to create massive network all over the world because of the way we wired our mind. And you see, Bernard mentioned this so clearly. He says he is selling a career. That means when he talks to you, it's about a career. He's not here to say, hey, buy my machine so that I will make the 8 points or whatever the dollar amount is. Are you saying that, Bernard?
Yes, and much more to say. Let's say, Gary, I just approached you about the business and you're not interested. Yeah. I'm not allergic to extra money. Of course, since I'm there, I will talk to you about the product if you're not interested in the business.
Right.
But along the way I do it, I must never cause in your subconscious and your conscious mind that it is an unattractive business. My actions will tell you more than my words. Example, if I deliver water to you 20, 30, 40 times, I may tell you it's a good business by my words, by my action, I'm telling you it is a difficult business.
Right.
So you may not even intellectually understand that, but subconsciously, you will reject the business.
Correct.
And so even if you come in to do the business, you will probably copy the way I do, and you'll face a lot of difficulties looking for builders. And then eventually you may fall out.
Perfect. But then you stress a very, very important point here, because people actually see what you do. They not necessarily hear what you say. They see what you do. So the positioning in this business is very, very important.
Yeah, I call it posturing.
Posturing, yes. And to add on this, Bernard, you are also very popular, because I remember in the early days, you know, for a certain reason, when people do this business, somehow they want to do everything themselves. In Cantonese, they say yak yok tak, you know. So I always remember in the early days, you always tell us that you never install a machine yourself. How would you like to elaborate? Yeah, come again.
Yeah, out of the 89 direct sales, I maybe installed 5 machines, maybe about there.
Can you elaborate on this topic? Why? I mean, the title can be very radical. Why we should not install our customers' machine? So maybe.
You sure you want me to share this?
You sure? Yes. Yes. I want you to share this because I followed that. I followed your methodology, and it has worked. And that's the reason why a lot of people tend to see me having a great life. You know, my phone hardly rings for deep cleaning or installation or all these kind of things. So I want them to hear from you. So yeah, go ahead, Bernard.
Give you an example. When one of my first few direct downlines, Judy Fleming, she's dash 4.
Yes.
When she finally said yes to purchasing the machine after trying the water,
Yes.
She would come to my place. I told her I'm not a plumber. I'm here to help her make some money.
Right.
And therefore, when the machine comes from Hong Kong, she will have to install herself.
Right.
I make it very clear because I'm prospecting people who want to do the business. So if I prospect people who want to do the business, it is all right to tell them that I'm not a plumber. Now listen, Gary,
Yeah.
even if I own a water business, meaning a plumbing business, plumbing supplies, I will not go myself. I will get my associate to go, or I may even get a competitor to go and install. Or I will tell my customers to install themselves. Here's my reason. I'm not looking to be a super salesman making 200 machines over 3 years or whatever. While that can give good money, it doesn't give passive income. Therefore, any chance to increase the chance of having the person see it as a successful, as a beautiful business, I will tell them to install themselves or get their own plumber. When my aunt bought, of course I had to install. If the Prime Minister of my country wants to buy, I want to take the chance to go to his house. I want to install. But these are exceptions. But by and large, I don't install the machines because I'm afraid that if I install a machine for, say, whom I see Kuniko there. Hi, Kuniko. Let's say you are my soon-to-be customer and install for you. And I am showing you, Kuniko, that you even want, if you want to consider the business, you will need to have some basic plumbing skills. That's what I'm telling you. If you don't have and you don't intend to learn, I'm indirectly telling you by my actions, better not consider the business. That will be the biggest fault in this business. Yeah, Gary. Over to you, Gary.
Yeah, spot right on that. I think the whole idea, Bernard, is this is my way of how I put it lah. You mentioned the word passive income. A lot of people love the idea of passive income, but for certain reason, if you look at their action, they are not wired towards wanting the passive income. And that's the problem. It's not about installing the machine. I mean, even if the machine is so easy as in just press something here and there, I will not install because that particular action will create the wrong perception and everybody will be doing the same thing. Am I right to say that?
That's right. And that's why we see people falling out of the business, even at a fairly high rank, because they had been chasing after customers, and they have been indirectly with their actions telling customers that the business is not attractive through their actions. And when their contact base has been milked for their own business, they have no more people. They are a 6A2, but they have negligible volumes. And they go around telling everybody that this business is not attractive. For me, I would say about 98% of what I earned last year comes not because of my direct efforts.
Yeah. It is mainly from the
leverage
passive
efforts.
income, right? The residual income of Enagic, right?
Yes. Because I'm not here to I'm not here in Enagic to make money. I'm here to create wealth.
Wow. Guys, are y'all writing all this down? You should, man. Bernard says he's not here to make money. Not here to make money. He's here to create wealth. There's a big difference in making money and creating wealth. Are you able to explain a little bit more on that, Bernard?
Having said that, I'm not allergic to the sale here and there just to make extra money. I'm not allergic to extra money, but my focus is to create wealth. Create wealth means money that keeps coming with nominal input. You know, the good book says the promised land is a land flowing. Flowing is a very it's indicative of the way we should operate this business. It's flowing with milk and honey. You know, so So once again, I don't mind making money in Enagic, but in Enagic, my main focus is to create wealth.
Can I add something there, Bernard? Can I just
Yeah,
add something
please.
just for the benefit of some listeners?
Yeah.
I'm sure you know some of the people in my team, and for certain reason, they just come up with reasons like, oh, you know what, Gary, I'm going there to fix the machine because I also can spend the time to talk to the customers and all that. To me, that I don't like to use the word BS, but to me, it's not right. Okay, I will do it this way. This is how I do it. If ever you want to build a PR, that's what I'll do it. I will still go to the house during installation, but I won't do it. Somebody will be doing the installation, and I will be having the PR with the guy. So again, Bernard, you made a very strong point there. It's about the passive income. Money is everywhere. That's why you said money is flowing. Money is flowing. Money is everywhere is flowing. You must know somehow, get certain people to share the money. It's unlimited, it's abundance. Get people to do it while you can put your effort in the most rewarding area of the business.
I give an example. Would you rather earn 100,000 of earned income in a year, or develop a business such that you have 50,000 of passive income? I would rather have the second one, because if I know how to do the second one, I can repeat the process and build it up to 100K.
Or even $1 million.
Yes. I'm just, So, and then you just repeat the process, and then it slowly builds up. The problem is the need for a vision for longevity. That is a problem.
Exactly. So guys, if you are new, probably somebody like Mark Dormancy from South Africa, you are new. Josh, you are new. I want you all to have this deep-seated belief that our business is to create wealth, is to create a duplication system. It's not about going out there to sell a water machine, a product. I want you all to have this thing in your head, all right? Okay.
If I could add, can I add on one more thing?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Therefore, the next phase with people who have already come in, never do for downlines what they can do for themselves.
Yeah. Can you explain that again, Bernard? Can you explain that again?
Some people are so desperate for some overriding their associate, their downline bullies them. They're running around doing all the menial work for their downlines. Right. That business is set to fail. Example, if you, Gary, from Malaysia, ask me, hey, in Singapore, what is the price of your K8? I won't give you a direct answer. I will go to the website. Okay. I will go to the product list, and then I will cut the URL of the price. I'll send it to you. Now, if you ask me, hey, Bernard, what is the price of the SD501? You won't get a reply from me after that. I've already hinted to you what you know. I've given you the source of the information. Why should I spoon feed you after that?
Exactly.
Yeah, so sometimes one has to be very strong. You need to be strong to do what is right, not what is expected. So sometimes in the market, people say, I'm a bit lazy, I don't install machines for people. Sometimes ask information he doesn't give to me, or whatever. So one has to be strong in this business to do what is right, not what is expected.
Right. I think, Bernard, I think the MLM model or the network marketing model has a lot to do with a family upbringing. You see, in a family world, when you have your children, you even in the expense of letting them fall and probably bleed a bit, pain a bit, but you let them do it. And that's how we should model our business with the family system. There are a lot of people, I want to just add on what you say, a lot of people are so afraid to lose sales, to lose some money, than letting their people actually do it. And that's the reason why long-term they suffer the effect of not having a system of duplication. You agree with me on that?
Yes. which will be one or two of the things you're going to talk about, my mistakes and all that. But duplication of core values based out of how long term do you want to see this business. Now, I give you an example. What is a fruit that is very sought after in our region? Durians, right? Now, if the people that produce durians, they do not have long term. After 1 year, I planted the thing and still not producing fruit. I abandoned the whole project. No, maybe they take 5 years before the first fruit comes.
Yeah.
10 years, but so they have long term. But when it starts coming, gosh, it just keeps coming. It just keeps coming. Twice a year, it keeps coming. But the person that cultivated it, he or she needed a fairly long-term vision first. That's important. If we do not have long-term vision, our very actions every day will be compromised.
Exactly. So guys, I hope you all, until here, you are getting a lot of value, because you sometimes don't listen to things like this in Enagic world, in Kangen world. So Bernard is sharing to you some very, very good tips that how you can actually build your business long term. Okay, Bernard, at this point of time, I'd like to ask you this question. What do you think about internet marketing, where it's now the hype, and then we are hearing, you know, top leaders of Enagic, top producers of Enagic, you know, going through this platform, social media, internet marketing, video marketing. And what's your point of view about internet marketing for Enagic, for Kangen?
The top-down approach to make good money and to create wealth, the fundamental of everything outside of internet marketing, social media marketing, or within, is to provide service to people. We earn money because we provide service to people. Okay? That is true sustainability of creating wealth and earning money. And if internet marketing, social media marketing, and so on helps broaden that, I am for it. Therefore, looking at the results, yes, I'm very much for it. On the same token, it is able to bring the whole world into a village, you know, because of that. And yes, I'm a firm believer in it. However, do not let this be the excuse to compromise on the core values of this business: integrity, honor, duplication, things like that. Underpinning all this, internet marketing gives you the access to be lousy at what you do, because if you don't treat your existing contacts well, you still get many new contacts coming in. Yeah. Therefore, you can just be earning a lot of 8 point and give you good money. You have a system there. Be very careful in internet marketing, because your reach, if you're good, it's a lot, and therefore the world is your oyster. It gives you potentially a heart, if you're really good at it. In other aspects, you can really be second rated, and yet you make good money. So remember, while I am for internet marketers, and I wish I had the know-how, don't compromise on the core values we just mentioned. But yes, back to your question, I am for it. I wish I had the foresight to capitalize earlier. Yeah, Gary.
Would you suggest that senior people like baby boomers go and learn on the trades of internet marketing, or what do you think? If they want to build the Kangen business, or can they still go and build it the old method of doing? What if you have let's say somebody who is 50, 55 years old today joining you, would you suggest them to look into internet marketing?
Surely, if they have the ability to pay someone to do it, or if they are skewed towards that direction, yes, right. Most definitely. The tool for outreach, remember, fundamentally, we make money and create wealth by providing service to people. And through social media marketing, we are able to spread that more. Everything is enhanced. Even cheat, if a person is not honest, if any, it will manifest in a bigger sense.
It multiplies.
Yes, it's a multiplier. Yes. So if one has the capacity to do it well, I fully agree. And like this call, we are using technology.
Yes. Yeah. Amazing. Yesterday I just signed up with a social media coach called Eric Feng. I'm not sure you've heard of him. From Singapore. Probably one of your neighborhood guys. Quite a popular person. So I'm also on my end, I'm planning to invest some money and some time to look into this area. So guys, if you are on this call, I strongly suggest, like what Bernard says is very true. The reach of the social media is phenomenal. You can't get that kind of reach, that kind of conversion rate, that kind of impact on a traditional method. So you may want to look into this. It is real.
But having said that, don't hide behind that as the excuse not to talk to people directly.
Of course. That should be one of your steps of reaching people. But of course, yeah. But then again, Bernard, there are some people who looks at the internet as an alternative because they themselves don't like to talk to people. What do you think? Do you think they should still pursue the idea of trying to talk to people, or they can, since I'm not good at talking to people, I don't like to talk to people, I'll just use internet as a way to do this business?
Even those people, if they take some very nice food, really nice chicken dish,
okay,
they will naturally want to talk to people. They don't have to be as prolific like you or me or whatever, but just talk to people, in what they already believe in. Make it a practice. Yeah, that's my opinion.
And anyway, you don't need to, like, when we say share to other people or talk to people, it doesn't have to be always so technical, like you need to do a full demo. And I mean, it can be as simple as just sharing how you feel after drinking this water. Or maybe even if you made $500 from this business, wow, extra 500. It's just normal layman talk, right, Bernard?
Yeah, keep the salesy speech a bit, tune it down a bit.
Yeah.
And just be very. It's a very natural business.
Right.
For me, one of my key secrets is I'm interested in people. I'm driven by the well-being of my fellow human being.
Right.
So when you tend to want to talk to people, whether they accept your offer to buy the product or the business, that's a separate issue. Like Gary, if I take some chocolates from Switzerland and I say, Gary, this is fantastic, would you want some? Maybe it's not your preference, but you say no, but you're not rejecting me. It's just not your preference.
Correct. So people need to take the no response as not personal. I think a lot of people tend to take that no response so personal that they just don't want to act on it. The first thing, they don't even want to put an action into it. Because the no became so personal.
Yes.
Okay, Bernard, I've got a request from Win. I'm sure you still remember Win, right?
Of course.
Win is online with us. Anyway, before I mention what she wants to say, she is burning Perth like crazy. Wait, give her a clap out. Wow. She's the queen of Perth now. Oh, amazing. All right, so Win has a question, and she asks you, what are your strategies for team building? Is there one or two points you like to throw in, like for team building? You have a team, a great big team all over the world. So what would you consider as your top 3 keys of team building?
Number one, you need to identify who are the leaders within each team. And then once you identify, especially those people, but make it a lifestyle to edify them. Edify them.
As in like recognize them, right?
Speak well of them. Don't need to lie. Speak of where their strengths are in front of their team. Very, very important. You see, the next phase of this business is to create your own redundancy.
Explain on that, please, bro.
You see, when your leaders rise up on their own, and you can always expedite that by edifying, by teaching principles for duplication and so on. And when they become independent of you, you have created wealth, you have created your own redundancy from that pertaining to that team. So team building, I will later with Gary, I'll be talking about my mistakes as well, okay, which is part of the answer. Anyway, I jumped the gun a bit, Gary.
Okay.
Okay.
No problem.
You know, initially I always believe in following 100% what your sponsor teaches you if your sponsor has shown some success. So I followed 100%. While that has been good, and I knew there was something gnawing at the whole business, but money, it was just growing. I just continued doing what I did, growing, what was my failing was to create structures that may help in, part of it will be helping in team building. Structures meaning standards and procedures. Example, Win or Gary, Gary, you just sign up with me, okay? Yeah. And my first business meeting with you, I may explain the core machines in US, there's under sync unit, there's a platinum unit, there used to be a Sarnas, and I may explain all that as my first meeting with you. But very often, what I didn't do was to have it printed out. You see, when I go through, say machines alone, I go through with you, with that same printed material and soft copy, you can do that with your builder tomorrow. Okay, I failed to do that.
Okay.
Okay, so Win, very important is to PDF or put onto your team website or your Facebook or whatever a structure. Everything that you do from here on has to be structured. When you meet a new builder or a new user, whatever that you say has to be as structured as possible on printed material or soft copy material.
Wow.
That is my biggest failing, because money was good, Gary, and money is still good, and I just did exactly the way it was, you know. So structure. Why? Structure gives helps
consistency.
In two areas. Structure. A gentleman called Russ taught me something. Coach Russ. Structure will give a new person a greater chance of success than without structure. Yeah, you eliminate the less of the need for skills when structure. Okay. He says without structure you're selfish.
Right. Very true.
You are just allowing the capable to succeed, but with structure you are allowing the less capable to have a pathway to succeed. So I of which I want to honor Coach Russ. He's been of great influence to me. So structure is important. Yeah.
Right.
So I hope I've answered Win's question.
Yes. Just to summarize that, I think we should all McDonaldize our Kangen business.
Yes. Yes.
I coined that word, McDonaldize, because everybody knows about McDonald's. Why is McDonald's so successful? Everything is a SOP. Even the way you hold the ice cream cone, even the way you pump, how much salt goes into the fries. So we should McDonaldize our Kangen business. You agree that?
Yes, fully agree. But what to McDonaldize is also important, Gary.
Right, that's true.
Yeah. The godfather of network marketing, I call him the godfather of network marketing, Eric Worre. He says what works doesn't matter, what duplicates matters.
Yes. All right.
Okay. The moment it is able to duplicate without you, you would have created wealth. That's called passive income. Now, the unfortunate thing about Enagic is this: a person can earn a lot of money doing it wrongly because the 8 point is too lucrative.
Right.
So when a person is doing it wrongly, I earn a lot of 8 point, I feel very invincible until they run out of their direct contacts, and they will complain and say, how come my customer so stupid, cannot see the potential? That's because you're stupid to show that it's a difficult business by delivering water, by making it complicated. Okay, so unfortunately, the 8 point pays too well.
Yeah.
It is the most forgiving business around. Initially, the 8 point is too kind, and therefore, in my opinion, the biggest hindrance to growing a huge business is the power of the product and the power of the 8 point. It is the biggest blessing, but it's also the biggest hindrance. Now, what are the core things to McDonald's? One thing that, again, I failed to do. Now, some of you out there, whenever someone wants to, again, I use you, Gary. When you come into the business, before you come into the business, Gary, you say, hey, I'm in for the business provided the water works. So you agree to come to my place or to the office to take water. What will I be doing? I say, Gary, when you need to take 5 liters every 2 days, and all that. You need 2 weeks or 3 weeks and so on. And please be aware that there may be a potential of healing crisis. What is healing crisis? You may feel a bit of healing symptoms, and all that, right?
Right.
That's called preempting what may happen, seemingly negative, right? Now, I failed to put into any structure or a preempting for people who want to come into the business that rejection is a norm.
Wow.
You need to talk to many to get the right one.
Yes.
And when the right one comes in, the right one may prove to be not the right one as well. Rejection is a norm. And that is something that I have not done. I have not, therefore I couldn't even duplicate what I didn't do at my level. To preempt people that the business rejection is a norm.
Rejection is a norm.
So these are the little things I'm picking up from my mistakes. McDonald's, yes, the general structure, Gary, it is so important, but what to put in is also important.
Correct. What to put in. Yeah. The part on the rejection is normal. I like how Jim Rohn put it in the law of sowing and reaping.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That whole session really gives you the right framework of, hey, rejection is normal, man.
Yes.
Okay, so Bernard, I'm not sure if you have already covered that, but if you get the chance to go back to day one and starting your Enagic business with what you know, I mean, like, can you imagine if today suddenly Enagic just says, oh, we are doing a big restructuring, I'm going to reset everything. Everybody starts now with 1A, and Bernard, you are now back to 1A. What would you be doing differently if there's anything? And what would that be? With what you know right now. With what you know right now.
So let's say it's company is 37 years old.
Yes.
Company has done 700,000 units instead of 1.3 million units globally. With what I know, that means I went back. I went back 9 years ago.
Yes.
Okay. Number one, I will everything put pen to paper and eventually to soft copy. Everything. Okay.
Are you pen to paper means just like what you said just now, the structure, right? Create the structure.
Yes. Everything that I do must be kept as simple so that I can put it on pen to paper so that my next person, next day, my new builder can start on his own almost immediately.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, I will prep the business expectations like the last point.
Okay.
That rejections is part of, it's a norm.
Okay.
Number three, with the rise of social media, I would have paid more attention to that from the beginning.
Okay.
I wouldn't place that as the only thing. It's one of the things. Yeah. And number four, I wished I would have put in a lot more intense effort. My all-out massive action would have been even more intense and even more sustained. Today I do in excess of 2,500 units a month in the team.
Wow.
If I do if I had sustained it a bit longer with greater intensity, I may be doing 3,500 units a month, of which I'm losing 1,000 units a month every month.
Oh, That's 12,000 a year.
Forever.
Wow.
Forever. Assuming this 1,000 that didn't come into my life, this group, assuming they don't grow anymore, they just remain at 1,000, that is 12,000 units a year forever.
Ever.
Just because of that the initial bit, I didn't put in that much more effort. I was affected by some rejection, somebody that said some bad things about me, or I chose to go and watch a series called Game of Thrones instead of working, you know, and I'm losing 1,000, 12,000 units every month, every year forever.
Wow. Guys, are you catching this message loud and clear? What you do right now, today, not tomorrow, today, is actually going to, what you do or what you don't do is going to cost you a lot in the long term. So whenever you feel like doing something, maybe, I won't call it unproductive, because everybody view their activities in a certain way. But if you think that that particular activity is not productive to your goals in life, to your dreams in life, guys, you think about what Bernard has to say. Bernard, you just nail it right at a point. That point about the Aoma thing, you lose it forever, and you will not ever get it back. That's tremendously amazing.
I'm not even talking about that 1,000 growing.
Yes, just a static 1,000.
Okay, but hear this. I don't know whether all on this chat group agree, on this Zoom call agree, that I haven't seen a health-related product that every single person using correctly can feel a tangible difference, except Enagic products. Anyone can text and send to Gary. Meanwhile, Gary, you try to get a poll over the next 3 minutes. I have to go to the restroom because I drank a bit too much. Is that okay? Guys, sorry, I'm going to put you on the floor. Here. Okay,
no worries. No worries. I'll hang the session for you. Okay, guys. Let me just okay, guys. Today's session is really amazing. Up to now, I'm getting so much value. I'm not sure about you guys. But okay, since while Bernard is away, and I can see Christina have a question here. Don't worry, Christina, I'll pose that question to Bernard. I just want to give you all another realization, okay? Since it's my time now, so I'll probably act as the star for now. I just want to give you all an idea. Again, it comes back to what is your ultimate motive of you doing the Kangen business. You really need to be very clear on that, because your ultimate motive will then determine what you are going to do right now. In my case, my ultimate motive, my ultimate objective in doing the Kangen business is because I want to have a great life, okay? And that's the reason why of late, if you see a lot of my videos, I call myself the Great Life Coach. The reason I coin it that way, the Great Life, is because I want a life, my idea of a great life is, I want a life where I have uncommon freedom. That means money coming to me automatically. But in order to do that, okay, Bernard, I'm just feeling that spot for you. I'll just quickly wrap it up in less than a minute. In order to do that, you must realize that the money-making system or the money-making process must not be your own effort, okay? If you can somehow get that in your head, then this uncommon freedom part will be a very big reality in your life, okay? How you are going to do it, there's many ways, okay? There's social media, there is empowering your people, there is hiring staff, whatever. But that if you are the same journey with me, that will be my first thinking, okay? Try to get, like what I love about what Bernard say is, make yourself redundant. Our business is the only business that redundancy is the KPI of success. Do you agree with me on that, Bernard? Our business,
yes,
the only business in the world where your KPI for success is being redundant. The more redundant you are in your business, simply means your system is very effective and your people don't need you anymore, and you are starting to experience plenty and abundance of residual income. All right. I first saw this with my own eyes with my uncle. Most of y'all know one of my first mentor in my life, my uncle, who has been in the network marketing industry since the early 80s, late 70s. Okay, and today you look at him after 30 over years, he's in his mid 70s. He doesn't need to do anything, and he's earning in excess of 100 to 150,000 US dollars every single month. Now, how does that happen? That happens with two things. One, with a powerful platform, like in our case, it's Enagic. And two, is the way that you build your business. All right, so I don't want to take too much time from you, Bernard. So since you are back now, Bernard, thank you for showing us this beautiful country club in Singapore. Bernard,
I took too much.
We have another up and coming top producer in Perth that asked you this question. Her name is Christina. She's under Win.
But wait. But Gary, can you hold the thought? I want to finish a very, very important point.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
That I started.
Go ahead.
Okay. Now, earlier I mentioned that we have a product whereby it seems to be the only one, if used correctly, every single person using it feels a tangible difference. Now, I don't know of, there are many good supplements out there and some mattress and so on, but I don't know of any product that every single person using correctly feels a tangible difference. Gary, can I ask whether you can get a poll, whether people can, do we generally have a consensus that Enagic Kangen machines seems to be the only product that everyone using enough correctly feels a tangible difference? No other product out there is like that.
Exactly. Agree with you 100%, Bernard.
Now, even if Enagic compensation and bonus plan is weak and lousy, just based on that point alone, ladies and gentlemen, you got to listen to this. Okay. We should be earning at least, after a few years, 300,000 US dollars a year.
Wow.
Even if it's a lousy comp plan, Gary.
Right. Because of the product alone.
Yes, even if the company pays some lousy comp plan.
Wow.
You know, there's one of the oldest MLM companies, because of the breadth and of their product range, their comp plan is lousy, and yet there are many millionaires, the A company.
Wow. Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So, but what more, Enagic has a good comp plan. So for those of you out there who have not been doing the business some time, who's not had at least 300,000 US of passive income a year, can I suggest that you are either not talking to enough people, or you are doing it wrongly, or both? You like that point, Gary?
Very true.
Yeah.
It's a big wake-up call. It's a big wake-up call. I always tell people, I said, if after many years that you are doing this business and you turn around, nobody is doing it with you, you know, your people are not moving, and probably you are doing it alone, and you're not doing it effectively, then something is really, really wrong. You need to really wake up.
Yeah. And I would like to add one last point to the 2 points.
Okay.
If you are not earning the kind of money based on the product like that, number two, so number one, if you're either doing it wrongly, you're not talking to enough people, but underpinning this whole thing with the only product like that, the whole world has only moved 1.3 million units.
Oh.
You know, we should all be millionaires. We should have many downlines who are millionaires. A correction, $1 million earners.
Yes.
And if we are not, something is wrong.
Right.
Yeah. So I just needed to put in a point, you know.
Amazing, Bernard.
Yeah. Okay. So you were
So much
asking me
value
for
in
first.
there. So much value in there.
Good.
Okay, Bernard, Christina, one of our up and coming top producer in Perth, has this
Hi,
question to
Christina.
ask you. What do you say when you invite people to join our Kangen business? What would you say? Maybe
The
just
first
one or
approach.
three points.
The first approach, I have a few. Yeah, I say, hey Gary, would you be interested to make some extra money?
Make some
Very
extra money?
non-salesy, you know. Yeah. Would you be interested to make some extra money? If you're a corporate person that has been working in a corporate job and you're 55 years old, I would say, Gary, what's your plan B?
What's your
And
plan B? Wow, that's good.
chances are you will be asked. Sometimes when I ask that, you may ask, what do you mean? I said, well, Gary, another 5 to 10 years, you'll be retired from your job. You hope to keep to your same standard of living, financially speaking. Or I sometimes like to ask, Gary, would you be interested to earn an extra 120 in Singapore dollars, yeah? $120,000 over the next 3 years part-time. That's becoming 6A in 3 years.
Amazing.
Yeah, for me and my Singapore team, we mainly move the K8 because we see that as a base value. So that would be at about 120,000 Singapore dollars over 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so I hope I've answered the question.
Yeah. Christina, if that's okay, just put a message there. Any one of y'all who have any question personally, if you want to ask Bernard, just look at the chat group and yeah.
You're
Christina
welcome,
says
Christina.
thank you. She has
yes. But I like to extend it a bit. If Gary says no, you know, Bernard, you know, my family business is doing very well and I'm really happy with that, you know. Then I would say, Gary, I'm so happy that your financial situation is sound. I'm really happy. Maybe I'd like to learn more about your business. But then, Gary, tell me, would you be interested to feel 10 years younger? Now, listen, I 99.9% of the time I'll approach business first. Why? Because it's very easy to drop back down to product. But if I approach Gary on health, he's not interested. He said, Bernard, you know, it's fated. I will die, you know, death and sickness, I'm fated and all that. You know, the moment he says that, I cannot talk about the business anymore. So why not I talk about the money first. Not interested. For whatever reasons, I drop back down to the health. You know, it's so natural.
Fantastic. Bernard. Hey guys, are you all getting this? You know, you start off with a business, they're not interested. You can always drop down to the product.
Yeah.
Christina asked, what if they said they don't like MLM?
I will ask, okay, I use Gary because I can see Gary on the screen. Gary, what about MLM that you do not like?
You know, company always change plan or scam people law, leaders always play politics law.
Any other concerns, Gary?
MLM, selling overpriced product law.
Okay.
Can't sell. What do you mean by can't sell, Christina? You need to elaborate. Can't sell.
But let me go on with this, Gary.
Okay.
So I basically ask you any other concerns until you don't have, okay?
Yes, okay. Ask for more concerns until they stop.
Are these your core concerns, Gary?
Right.
Yeah. What if I potentially can address to this because I feel this company is different? Would you be open to listening?
Of
now,
course.
If they say no, if let's say worst case scenario, you say I'm not interested. Then I say in the first place, these are not your concerns. You just smoke string, Gary. Let's forget it. I will posture myself. I'll say let's forget it. Let's have coffee.
Yeah.
Because I thought you say you're interested in more money to earn more money, and yet you're not open to listening. You know.
Right.
Yeah. So I will posture myself ready in half a year to check with Gary. Hey Gary, would you be open now to hear what I have to say? Every half a year, just a very gentle follow-up. Always follow up with a person until the the only person that you don't follow up is when he buys a Kangen machine officially or when he dies.
Yeah. I think, Bernard, I put it in a way that this is how I tell my people in my team. I said, we need to posture ourselves like we are interviewing a CEO. We are looking for a CEO in our organization. Rather than we position ourselves as we try to sell something to make something. That's
yeah.
What do you think about that kind of a mindset?
I love that. You see, I'm not asking you to spend money buying a machine. I'm asking you to come in to make money together with me.
Yes, exactly.
So it's a totally different posture, but I want to address what Christina mentioned, where everybody also has that I can't sell. First of all, I will say, Christina, is that your only concern? Okay, then yeah. Then I said earlier, Christina, you say you are hungry to make more money. Then I'd like to ask you, which one is greater? Your don't want to sell, or your desire to make money is greater? Because I'm looking for people who are hungry only.
Yeah.
If your fear or your desire, your dislike for selling, or your dislike to change is greater than your desire to earn money, then I'm also looking for people that are willing to change and all that. Right. So I posture myself, or I can also explain that we all are selling in anything that we believe. So I say, Christina, at this time, your belief of the machine is not high enough. That's all.
Right.
Okay. I like to give an example of the last topic we mentioned, Gary. Gary, if you and I walk into the dealership of Rolls-Royce in Malaysia.
Right.
Okay, and this wonderful lady called Christina comes out as a salesperson, and she shows us the features. Do you think we will ever get this response from Christina as a Rolls-Royce salesperson? Mr. Gan, Mr. Chan, I'm really so sorry for the price of our machines. It's expensive. With Rolls-Royce, do you think that will ever happen?
No way. Never apologize for value.
So we in Enagic, Rolls-Royce as a competitor in my books. Maybe they don't think so. Bentley. Enagic has no competitor. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, the most inferior machine, the most junior machine in Enagic is called Lovelock R in certain markets.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be a Kia Picanto. The next level will be junior too. That will be a Toyota Camry. The SD501 range would be a Mercedes E43. That will be 396 horsepower. Okay, and the K8 will be a Rolls-Royce or a Bentley. Then you will ask, what about A brand of water ionizer, B brand of water ionizer, and all other water machines? Those are bicycles. So don't compare.
Exactly. Positioning again is a positioning. I think Bernard, people, especially those who are listening in, you need to have a really solid, clear picture, the whole big picture of what Enagic is all about, for you to have that conviction to really talk like you are selling a Rolls-Royce car.
Yes.
A lot of people, they know it's a Rolls-Royce car, but when they are selling, deep inside them, it's probably a Honda City or Honda Civic, you know. That's
what
the
happened
reason
is
why you continuously have to apologize for the price.
Yeah, maybe not in words, but by action.
Yeah,
by
exactly.
demeanor.
Exactly.
And many of them are believing that it's Rolls-Royce, but they're not believing that it's a Rolls-Royce.
Yes. And I think also one of the biggest, although they don't say it, one of the biggest deep-rooted belief in their heart is that the machine is expensive because of the 8 points. That is their belief. The machine is expensive because of the 8 point, and therefore they sometimes have to give discount, have to give certain special thing or whatever it is, because the machine is expensive because of the 8 point. That's their deep-rooted belief in them. But even though they are not saying, what do you think, Bernard?
Which comes down to, which brings us back to the last point. If we are short term, we will give discount. We may give discount.
Exactly.
Okay? If we are long term, we know that kills the business. Sorry, there's a fly around. Almost like Perth, during summer. But and yeah, they are ready to earn money, make money, but they are not ready to create wealth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Positioning is very important. Okay,
Yeah.
Bernard.
Yeah.
What's your greatest advice to a new guy that joins Enagic today and wants to be like you? They admire you, They also want to be like Josh. I'm sure Josh is online. Josh is 24
I
years
saw him.
old. Yeah,
I know him.
to.
Hi, Josh.
He wants to be like you. What's your greatest advice to somebody like Josh?
Number one, we need to see the big picture. I'll elaborate on these points. Number one, we need to see the big picture. Number two, we need to have clarity what the business is, which I believe through today's Zoom call, there has been some clarity. A clarity is basically Enagic in my books has only one product, which is the business and freedom. We are a selling success and freedom as Gary. I love the term uncommon freedom. Yeah. Okay, there are many people in Enagic that makes good money but no freedom.
Exactly.
That is not success to me. Okay, you can be selling many 8-point, not impressed. Okay, what else? Though that is initially your initial journey, you need to have a lot of 8-point.
Yes.
Okay. The big picture. How do you acquire the big picture? You need to attend meetings. Attend events. Yes, attend events. If your finances allow, you need to stretch your finances. You need to attend international events. Unfortunately, Enagic just cancelled for the Asian and up to Australia. The best event to attend would be the Mr. Oshiro's birthday event. You get a sense of internationalness, seeing the history of the product at a nearby a location for us. That is guys, every one of you every year must go. As in those that are in the region. Practically going to the US September 3rd to 5th event is a must for the leaders. Budget-wise, those who can stretch it a bit, go for the event. Go for major events. Okay. Events keep the flame going. Seeing the big picture. Study about the industry. Studying about the industry is very, very important. I understand network marketing pays out $200 million a day in commissions.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yes, $200 million a day. And then looking back, what I would have done different is to structure everything. Everything put pen to paper.
Right.
And if you see, when you put pen to paper so that your next generation can follow, you naturally will think duplication. You naturally will take out as much natural skills that you have to make it. The term I would like to use is you need to stupefy the business. Take out as much of the skill factor whatever skill factor that you can take out. I don't have to be if I were to be, if I'm a medical doctor, in this business, I will actually detune the fact that I'm a medical doctor. In fact, I hope people don't know that I'm medically trained. Why? Because many will come, if people know I'm the doctor, they may trust my opinion, they may buy the product, but subconsciously they say, I better not do the business because if I need to be a doctor before I can do the business.
Yes.
Okay, so keep it simple for duplication. Have structure. Every single thing is structured. I would jump in early on social media marketing. Okay, what else?
AOMA, right? AOMA, right?
Yes,
AOMA.
time tested. AOMA. All out massive action. To the degree I mentioned, I regret that I am missing 1,000 units today.
Wow.
Forever.
Wow.
Number
Goal setting.
Goal setting. And one of the most important points, in my opinion, would be choose who you associate with
Ah,
carefully. Um,
association.
One of the richest men that ever lived, his name is Solomon. He says, "He that mixes with the wise will become wise.
Wow.
He that mixes with the successful in Enagic will become successful in Enagic. He that mixes with the people that are having uncommon freedom in Enagic will have uncommon freedom in Enagic." Get me?
Wow.
Yeah. So be very careful what goes through here. Facebook is a double-edged sword. It can be the most amazing tool. Does it mean I don't watch rubbish? I won't say rubbish, right? I do. But make sure that whatever you put through here and here, overwhelmingly is something that adds to your life. Ladies and gentlemen, hear this. Based on Gary, your point, the last I checked, all of you here, you have 8 lives less than a cat. So cat has 9 lives. Simple math will tell me 9 minus 8. You only have 1 life. Can I suggest let's make it count?
Exactly. That's true.
Yeah.
Amazing, Bernard. Amazing. My last 2 questions. Because time is catching up so fast. It's already 11:30. From the newbie, the guy like Diana just mentioned, Wilmer Espalado. We also have a new guy ready to rock the Philippines and the world market. So from the new guy, thanks for your advice. We've got all this down. I just summarized. See the big picture. Attend massive events. Network marketing pays out 200 million US dollars a day. Have it structured. Stupefy your business in a system. Focus. Put certain effort into social media. Have all-out massive action. AOMA. Set a goal that's so clear for your business, your direction, and have a right association and what goes through your eyes every single day. So that's to the new people. Now, Bernard, there are also a lot of senior leaders today on this Zoom call, and some of them has reached a point they are either stuck, maybe they are not really complacent. Nobody is complacent. You're either up or down. So they are somehow stuck, those days, maybe making to 6A is so easy. Now they are probably a 6A2 or -2 or some not even a 6A. What's your biggest and greatest advice to senior leaders? How are they going to get back on track and become that success story in Enagic? What's your point on that?
One has to see the big picture. The big picture is what I mentioned earlier. Enagic Kangen machines seems to be the only product that if used correctly, every single person using correctly can feel a tangible difference. Now, see that as a business potential. Who has caught oneself saying, "Oh, that line, that one is only 1 point, 1,250 ringgit or 15,000 peso only, or how much is it in the US? 340 US dollars for 1 point, okay? Only 1 point. Or in Singapore, 430 Singapore dollars. Hey, that we are so used to some ridiculous amounts coming from the 8 point. 1 point is 6.5 to 6.8% in these countries I'm mentioning. We should be thankful also for that. So you senior leaders, be thankful for what you have.
Right.
Yeah,
see
number
the big
one
picture, right?
What
About some of them having the concern like they have lost their market share, they whatever they want to sell, they've already sold already. Their leaders, at one time the leaders are building, now the leaders died off, went and do other things. What's your advice on all that?
Start afresh, except you're not starting at 1A, you're starting at 6A. I mean, 1.3 million units in the world only. How ridiculous can that be? The only product that touches 1 in 1 person. And so, Gary, when we come from a point of thankfulness,
yes,
we will be able to energize ourselves. You know, the need that when we need to pick up another call or send another text, it comes that physical action comes from an energy of thankfulness and belief.
Right.
So what drives a person to make that call is that the energy there. The pool of energy is our greatest resource in our life.
Right.
So if we let the energy drain, gone. So number one, we put things in perspective. 6.5 to 6.8 in US is about 7%. Certain markets, 6.5% of the price of the machine is our 1 point. How ridiculous can that be? And we say only, so I'm invoking the second most powerful force in the world, gratefulness and thankfulness.
Right.
So your seasoned leaders, you need a big picture. You need to be thankful of what is within your hand. Okay. If your old people don't want to move, don't flog them anymore. Let the speed of your new success induce them to come back.
Do you suggest that they start to, because some of these people already have stopped going for events? Do you suggest one of the best way to start off the flame again is to go to massive numbers of events?
Yes, but before going, one must approach it like a little kid. Be teachable, be fresh in your heart.
Right.
Because your heart is a bit colossus built already.
Right.
So recognize that many of your old people will not move because they have done it wrongly, wrong vision. Maybe you added to that as well, negativity and all that. So let your success, your soon coming success, be the one to let them to turn around and say, maybe this thing can consider.
Wow, that's a really powerful one. Thanks, Bernard, for that sharing. And last but not least, the last point is, what do you think of Enagic? Because I also understand that before Enagic, you were also involved in a few other network marketing opportunity. So after comparing so many that you have done, what do you think of Enagic as a company and the founder, Mr. and Mrs. Oshiro? How is it different from other MLM companies that you were involved in, on your opinion?
Okay. When one needs to realize that the machine, the general technology wasn't invented by the owner. So while he likes the machine and what the machine can do to our physical being, one must realize that the compensation plan was designed by him through his heart.
Right.
So his heart is in the plan more than the machine. Okay. If you look at the difference in Enagic compared to others, I'm not against others. All others are basically selling the same thing as us, freedom.
Yeah.
Okay, different modality. When someone says, hey, you can do Kangen together with my products, wrong, cannot. I cannot do together because we are selling freedom. Okay, unless freedom is the ultimate goal. Now, in Enagic, the compensation plan is where the owner put his heart. So what are the differences? Number one, Enagic has hardly started 1.3 million, yet it's a 45-year-old company. Number two, Enagic compensation plan is permanently accumulated. Number three,
sorry, what's the number?
Accumulated.
Oh, accumulated, yes.
There is no reset button.
Right.
The company generally doesn't like to push from behind. The company would rather lead from the front.
Right.
Entice from the front. Number three, to remain in the business and at more junior level, there is no flash out. That means the moment you buy a machine, the business is yours as long as the company is in existence. I won't dare to say forever, but I believe it possibly could be that, yeah? And then a major problem of MLM usually is money comes slow, therefore people fall out. Am I right to say that, Gary?
Yes, very true.
Okay. Enagic, in a company put in at least 44% to 55%, into the 8 point.
Yeah.
Money without playing some stupid system, asking people to buy 10 units each and all that, money can come potentially fast.
Right.
Yeah. Now, so where the long-term business lies is, if you are new, those who are listening, if you are new, please, phase one is to make a lot of 8-point commission. Preferably after 2-3 months, most of it is overriding 8-point commission and not your direct sales.
Yes.
Okay, first 1-2 months, you need to make a lot of direct sales. Yeah. And that is only the first phase. Now, would you agree, if you make good money beginning because of the 8-point, you get excited by the business? Agree? And your belief of the business is entrenched. Agree? Yeah. Now, so the economic driver to this business, remember, it's a business. It's freedom. The two things feeding my passive income will be, one, my whole team, new downlines, have the chance to make quick money. Therefore, I get many of the small leadership money.
Right.
Number two that feeds that is a product that works very well. So those two things drive. So instead of slow money in other opportunities where the leader has to fan the flame a lot, Enagic, the 8-point does a lot of the fanning for us. So remember, the main money when you're seasoned is not in the 8-point. It's in outside of the 8-point, underpinning everything. Your new downlines are making good money.
Amazing. Thanks, Bernard, for giving us that very insightful look into why this business is different. A lot of people, I think, if you look at their action, it definitely tells that they do not see a big picture. It's not that the companies don't go the pro. Their action is where it is because they do not see that holistic picture that you and I or some of the key leaders are seeing. The clarity is very important, and Bernard, you have done a great job today showing us that very, very clear picture. But before I end, I know that's the last question. Before I end, we've actually got another question. Sorry.
Before the question, 1 or 2 questions come, I like to add something to the senior leaders here.
Okay. Go ahead.
To the new ones, it may be intellectual exercise, but I saw this out. Gary, I trust what I'm about to say will bless you.
Thank you.
2 things I want to mention. Number one is, to the fairly senior but not super senior, you would already experience that if you have done your business correctly, you will come to a point where some of your downlines, you don't know them because your business is good. We have experienced that, right, Gary?
Yep.
Now, if you are truly building your business right, you will come to a point where some of your 6As you don't even know.
Correct.
Listen, if you truly do your business correctly, some of your 6A2s and 6A22s you don't even know.
Correct.
Now, there will come a point where I'm experiencing some of my 6A23 I don't even know.
Amazing.
Yeah. So today I have 7 generations of 6A23s and above.
Wow.
Amazing. Yeah. And that is in spite of some of the mistakes. So I like that vision. I hope it's good.
Very, very good.
Yeah, I can see Kumiko going. Yeah. Okay. But this is to the senior leaders. Okay. Listen. Imagine with a with a only 1-in-1 product in the world. And imagine, Gary, because of today, what will the children of your children be talking? Because of your actions today, what will your grandchildren be talking about you? Okay, Gary?
Okay.
Because of your actions today, what will your grandchildren be talking about you?
That's a very eye-opening message, yeah.
I haven't come to the second part. Okay.
Right.
Listen.
Okay.
Because of your actions today,
right,
what will the grandchildren of your downlines be talking about you?
Wow.
It's not about freedom. It's beyond freedom. It's about legacy.
Right.
And Game of Thrones and Korean drama or 5 rejections can curtail our legacy with such a product. You know,
You have just brought our mind to a whole new level, bro.
I mean, you know, many people live life as if they're cats. They think they're cats. They got 9 lives to 8 to waste away. You know, come on. Be willing to do today what others are not willing, so that tomorrow and years after that you can have what others are just wowing about.
Correct.
So I just leave that. I hope it's be a blessing. But the questions, Gary.
Yeah, okay. We have one from Krishna Naya, and he says, Bernard, what is the answer we should give or you will give to the people who wants to take opinions from their doctor before consuming the water? It's a product question. You know, there are some people who says, hey, my doctor says cannot drink. Hey, my doctor say alkaline water bad for you. So what's your opinion to these people?
Okay, let's frame it correctly. Yeah, I won't ask to date the greatest male tennis player that ever lived, Roger Federer. He's got 20 Grand Slams. I won't ask him to help me climb Mount Everest.
Okay.
So I won't ask a doctor about health. I will ask a doctor about sickness. So very often our friends say, I will go and research first. And who do they ask? Non-relevant people, just because they're successful in their field. You know, but bottom line is I always approach based on business.
Right.
And I will let's say, Gary, you just approached me about my doctor. I said, Gary, look at the history of the company. I'm not here to convince you. I'll send you some YouTube videos and all that. You convince yourself.
Yes.
You know, I know so many people successful with this wonderful company. You convince yourself, Gary. Here's the information. When you, So I posture very differently, Krishna. Yeah.
Awesome. I like the response, Bernard.
Thank
guys,
you.
I hope you guys are getting really, really good value from this. Today's session is one of the best. I've been doing this for the last 15 months. Today is one of the best. Okay, another question from Mark from South Africa says so much value.
Thank you, Mark.
One question from Nori. Nori is one of our 682, if I'm not mistaken, from Cambodia. And she asked, how do you make new people make income as soon as possible? What's your strategy to get the new person that comes in to make so much money that they set themselves on fire? Are you able to share some ideas with us, Bernard?
Yeah, the key things, show the product, the Kangen machine as a foundation of the business, must show the business, must show the real product, which is freedom and business. All-out massive action, continue to attend events, because events will cause you to believe more, cause her to believe more, and so on. It's all there. Can I mention something to the Cambodian team?
Yeah, sure.
Gary?
Go ahead.
You guys are going through what I went through, what Gary went through in Singapore and Malaysia, no office. And that is actually the most exciting time. Don't make the mistakes I did. You know, I should have slept 3.5 hours a day instead of 4 hours a day. You know, beginning when no sales came in, Kangen Water sustained me, Vision sustained me. But when and you hey guys, can I tell you something? There is something that gives energy more than Kangen Water. You want to know? Kumiko, you want to know? Kuniko? There's something that gives more energy than Kangen Water. It's called Kangen Commission. You know, so the secret, what's the name from Cambodia, Gary?
Nori.
Nori, is to quickly get a person. If you sense the person is no bullshit, if you don't mind me using the word, some people say, I want to earn $1 million. It's easy to say, but if you sense the flow is real, then you need to help the person stop all other activity of your direct prospecting focus on this person. Okay, and make sure this person gets good money fast. Number two, make sure this person gets independent from you as fast as possible. Yeah, you guys in Cambodia, you can your leader can own 99.9% of it, Cambodia. Live life as if you have 25 hours. You should be working 8 hours a week, 8 days a week, and 25 hours a day. Because of the season that you have today, and 25 hours a day. If you know what I'm saying. Yeah. I saw that. Gary and myself, we saw that. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Bernard. Although yes, we definitely would love to listen to you over and over again. You know, and there are so much things to share with so many people. Of course, time is obviously our biggest challenge right now. We are already here. Coming to another 3 minutes will be 2 hours. So
wow.
Yeah, but then time flies. I always say time flies when we are either having fun or we are learning something great. And today we are having both.
Nice.
Thank you, Bernard.
If those of you who are on this conference call, I'll be at the US convention if it doesn't get cancelled in September. Can you please come and say hello to me and say you're on the conference call, please?
Yeah, sure. And if those of y'all who knows how to use the chat group, and those of y'all who would really love for one of these days Bernard to come over to your place with his convenience, just put a message there and say me. You know, you just have to put me. That's all. Then my team right here will be monitoring those response, and we will do something. You know, and as I say, why are we doing all this? Is giving back value to everybody. Some of y'all are not even in my team. You are not in my group, but it doesn't matter. To me, giving value is the ultimate mission for leaving a great legacy in our life today. All right, so Bernard, as I say again, as much as we want to hear so many great tips, so much nuggets of gold that you have been pouring out since 2 hours ago, but time is our greatest challenge. Like the saying goes, you know, everything that's good has to come to an end. And just like in our tradition, what I'm going to do shortly is I'm going to unmute everybody so that everybody can say a big thank you to our great Bernard Chan today in their own way. But before that, our next global webinar, just for your information, I'll come out. Our team will come out with a flyer shortly. It will be in the March. It will be on the March the 10th. So put down your calendar on the March 10th. You want to bring as many people as possible on this call. A live video will always be better. Of course, we will always convert it into a YouTube video and post it out in our links. For those of y'all who want to know where the YouTube videos will be, there are 2 places you can search. One, you go to the Kangen Power Team page in Facebook. It will always be in the YouTube link will always be in the page where we introduce Bernard Chan. So it will be there. The second one is you may want to go to YouTube and search for Gary Gunn Enagic. That's my YouTube channel. So you can look for Gary Gunn Enagic. You can find all the recordings from day one that I've been doing. All right. So the next one will be on March the 10th. And I will be featuring a very young person that has successfully built his Kangen business through the online platform. So for those of you who wants to know more about how you can merge your Kangen business and leverage on the online platform, you may want to stay tuned on March the 10th. Okay, I will reveal the name of the person through the flyer very shortly. All right, so this is a very quick short message to all of y'all. And yes, once again, let me, there are already some messages that says, Leda from Xiamen, Bernard, I'm not sure if you have met him before. That's our really top leader in China. He says he welcomes you to China, of course, after the virus. After the virus.
Hey,
okay,
hey, actually,
sure,
with our Actually, with our 2.5, our sales should be crazy now.
You know what I tell people now? I say I'm I'm the virus killer. The Kangen is the virus killer. You know, we are the virus killer. Okay, and then we have Christina saying thank you, Bernard. Madeline says thank you to you. But more important, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to unmute everybody so that all of y'all. I'm also going to put gallery view so that everybody can see everybody. Guys, it's now the best time for y'all to say in your own way whatever you want to say to Bernard Chan. So here we go. Unmute all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much, Bernard. It's Josh. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you.
God bless you. Bye. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All
Stay
over,
blessed.
Guys, you guys.
from the Philippines, Malaysia, India, Australia, America, Cambodia. We have people from everywhere. Okay, Indonesia, Vietnam, South America, South Africa. Bye bye. See you.